Right, it's a beautiful Sunday. Did my yard cleanup, did a little running, and then I got a visit from Joe Jaglal, the vice president of Mahaica Meadows. I met Joe and Sunanda last year when it was Building Expo. Yes, around the same time I think when I was the co-host of the Freddie Kissoon show then.
Yes.
And it's such a pleasant surprise to have you here today. Visiting from Canada, and you're here for Building Expo again.
For Building Expo again, and before we get started, my brother Akash, I want to say it was an honor when we met you the last time, and it's still my pleasure in the heart to be with you. In fact, you're the first person I landed last night, and you're the first person I come to visit today.
Man,
what a pleasure it is, and I follow you every morning at 6:30 to 7 o'clock.
With my morning show.
If you want to be able to have a new perspective of life and see that this world is greater and much bigger than you and I, follow this gentleman.
Yeah.
Every morning.
Fresh start is what I call it.
Fresh start,
yeah.
yes.
And you know, Joe, that morning show that I'm doing is basically me sharing my experience in life.
Yes.
What I'm doing, how I go about 1 meal a day for 18 months. It may seem like it's a religious show, but it's more about spirituality. You know, I'm not so much into the religion, I'm more into spirituality. But here, you're back in Guyana, and Mahaica Meadows, how have things been going there, man?
I tell you, when I think of Mahaica Meadows, and like you said, I'm the vice president of Mahaica Meadows, two things are near and dear to my heart. Guyana, the neighbor Stringberry here, you know. Guyana and real estate. And real estate in Guyana can't get to a better combination with me. And I've been with Mahaica Meadows 2 years now. And you know, Akash, you just like myself in a spiritual realm, we always look and see what and who do we associate ourselves with.
Absolutely.
And when I think of Mahaica Meadows, I could not have joined the best or a better team or a better set of owners who are along the same path, and day in working with them, and you watch their little moves and you watch the things that they stand for. I am proud to say that I am happy and proud to represent Mahaica Meadows. Last year we were on your show with Freddie Kissoon. We had a good 1 hour. And we anticipate that good things are going to come based on what we have to offer. You came to our booth also, and you met with us there. The response was excellent. But you're building a city, brother.
Yes.
A city, right? 276 acres of land that has gated, ungated, industrial and commercial. So it's an entire city. So it's a lot. And we did not want to sell everything all at the same time, because with time, you know, in the early stages we give a lot of discounts, and now we're still below market value prices. So once again, we're back at the expo for 3 booths that we'll be having. Same location, everybody, those of you who were there. The difference this time, Akash, is that last year, I'll tell people we were flabbergasted, but we were not fully prepared because we didn't know what to expect. This year, somebody comes, they bring their check, they have their 10% deposit, they can have their contract on the spot.
Wow.
And having their contract doesn't mean that they're tied in, you know.
Okay.
You have your contract, you'll have 10 days in that contract, take it to your lawyer, review it. If at the end of that 10 days, before the 10 days expire, you decide, I don't want to go through with this, no questions asked, your 10% is refunded to you every single time.
Let me ask you this though. Before I ask you this very important question, let me just say, just like you mentioned already about the world being a bigger place and all that, when I saw the plan that you guys did for Mahaica Meadows, you were showing me earlier, when I saw the plan for that and the layout of that place, that looks like a beautiful world within the world we live in.
Yes.
The layout, I love it. I love the layout, and I love the fact that, you know, there's going to be a roundabout right in front. It's such a beautiful layout. But I got to ask you this: what prices are we looking at this time, Mr.
So prices range from the lowest of $1,800 a square foot all the way to $2,400. And it all depends on the different sections. As you saw, we have different sections, right? The ungated is $1,800, but if it is a corner lot or a pie-shaped lot, a premium lot, it's an extra $100.
Okay.
Right? So somebody can have a 52 feet wide by 100 feet long lot for about $9 million.
Wow.
However, when we say $9 million, what does that give you? That gives you a land that's ready to build with electrical, water, drainage, roads, all done and ready for you.
You're not full of the land.
No, you can't fill up the land.
Okay.
And here's the other thing. You know, it's funny you mentioned that because one of our buyers said to me one day, Joe, when I get the land, you know, I'll have to spend a lot more money to fill it up. I said, what are you talking about? Yes, you may want to fill up a little bit more, whatever you have to, a truckload or two or so, where you're building. But these land come prepared already for you to build.
Wow. That's important because here, when I remember when I built my home in Providence,
Yeah.
when the men finished cleaning up the land and so on, I look at it, I see pato swimming, huri swimming, right? And it's deep.
Yes.
And of course, you know, I mean, there is only so much that the government can do when they're doing
Yes.
it. But you as a private developer, it seems as if you're going the whole 9 yards.
Going the whole 9 yards. Let me take you to 10 yard now.
Good.
There's a 10th yard. The owners of Mahaica Meadows, in looking at all the subdivisions all around Guyana, and you know, you see, look at all of these wires,
Yes.
all the way through, crisscrossing is like, I don't know what Guyanese word I can use for that.
I just said about chow mein.
Chow mein.
Chow
I like that one. I like
No,
that
I
one.
chow mein, yeah.
And he does not like that. He said absolutely not. So what we're going to have in all of our gated sections, we're going to have and non-gated entire
Don't tell me you're doing underground.
underground
Wow.
electrical wires. Bro, it costs us double the money. When
Wow.
you're talking about double, you're talking a lot of money. But he said, and this is, I know him, I saw his work in Canada. Right now he's building a 7-story high-rise building in Brantford, right? This man do not cut corners. He says he want to have an elite premises for all residents. Only pole you will see in front of your house is a light pole. It's a light pole.
Wow, that.
I remember
That's
last
a force, you know. I think
Yes.
that's a force.
Yes. When we came here last year also, and I saw a man over there in the concrete drainage dipping out sand.
Oh, when you visited me
last
yeah,
year,
yeah, yeah.
I remember that site. And that is something also in the entire gated community is covered drainage.
You already covering the drain? Yeah.
We are covering all the drains
Wow.
in the gated side.
Okay.
Right? Why? And then there's going to be potholes that they use for cleaning out. But here, how do we get the water?
Manhole, you mean?
Manholes. Yeah, potholes.
You see, I know the guy is really there. You buy it. We talk about potholes still.
Last time coming from
The
the airport, I said to them, I said, the road made up. It says, wait a little bit more. We'll meet the park yet. So what's going to happen is, at the end where the drainage is, where it takes the water out, there's going to be a huge pump with a backflow stopper. So that pump will just pulls the water out.
Right.
So let's just say flood, like the last 3 months, rainy season.
Heavy rain, yeah.
It's going to just pull all that water out. But there's a backflow stopper that doesn't allow water to come in back.
Right.
So you're not going to have be flooded like many some of the subdivisions.
Always at the level.
Are always at the level. These things cost money, Akash, and the man really wants to spend the money so that the people living. When we say Mahaica Meadows elevate your lifestyle,
Yeah.
it's just not a tagline.
Yes, you're right.
He wants to make sure that he elevates the lifestyle based on their living. If a house, beautiful house like this that you have here, a man is living here, he should enjoy because people pay good money, right, for this.
another thing I gotta bring to your attention, me and you sitting here doing this interview, we hearing nobody playing too much of hard music, making too much of noise. I mean, it's a very quiet community
Yes,
here.
yes.
A lot of people want that when they buy a home, Joe, that they must have that sense of security, not just being secure from the outside elements,
outside, right?
But the element
Internal.
like noise pollution and
Yes.
so. Do you guys have that kind of
Absolutely. So
regulation?
last year, people had talked to me about that too.
Okay.
In our after they would have owned their land, then they'll have to sign a contract with us for maintenance fees, right? Cleaning the roads, picking your garbage. We're going to be doing all of that. In the gated side, it will be $15,000 per month to do all of that,
Okay.
everything that we'll be doing. And in that also has a series of guidelines that they must follow. One has to do with noise. Two, you can't rear pigs and chicken and all of those things. It becomes a nuisance to your neighbors, right? But
Sorry for laughing,
noise is a
Joe.
big
I know
thing.
that's a serious thing, but
No, it
me
is.
who live in here, I just see the funny side of it. I see the funny side of it. When
But you're right. We came here twice, and in fact, it's such a people want to have this peace. You go into Concrete City, Georgetown, hustle and bustle, and you get all the noise. When you come home, you really want peace, and that's what we are exhibiting to the people. That you can be, you're 30 minutes away from Georgetown with the
Right,
new
yes,
highway, the
yes.
4-lane highway, and you come home in 30 minutes. You're there, but you're in a peaceful environment where you enjoy your space.
And you know, Joe, the reason why I brought that up is because I see a lot of times on Facebook people complaining, brother, about being in their home. They meant the people start playing music on Friday night, and they wouldn't finish until Monday morning. Now they've got kids at home, they got people at home. You're at home on weekends. You want to have, you know, as you rightly say, you want to be in the comfort of your home. You want to relax. You want to come out in your hammock. So I'm happy to hear that. Now, Building Expo is on, and you guys are going to be there. As much as me, you can talk about all that we can talk about here at Mahaica Meadows. I encourage everybody, go out to Building Expo and go visit the Mahaica Meadow booth. Which auditorium are you in?
Auditorium 2,
Uh-huh.
68, 67, and 49. We're having 3 booths. They're all, it's like an L shape.
Oh, okay.
So you can get it from the 2 different aisles. And if you want more information, take down these numbers. Both of these numbers are going to be live at the Building Expo, where you can call us if you cannot find us. 644-6877. That's the same number that Anjali answers at the office. We're going to have it with us there. And also you can call me, or you can WhatsApp me at 289-684-2810. That's 289-684-2810. If you cannot make it at Building Expo, you want to be able to get into on one of those lots, call me, call us. We're going to make it happen for you. One more thing, Akash.
Tell me.
At Building Expo, we have designed a special incentive for people. I can't reveal it now because there are people still buying around the world. But those of you who come just for those 4 days, you're going to have a special incentive pricing reduction of millions.
Wow.
For your lots. Special incentive pricing. So come on out. You don't have to buy 2. Come and check it out.
That's right,
See what
yeah.
your options, see what
Yeah.
your opportunity is. You come on a Thursday, you want to think about it, you want to put a lot on hold. We can do that for you. We'll give you a 24 hours
24 hours,
hold
yeah,
on
yeah,
it,
yeah.
right?
Come back tomorrow.
Come back tomorrow, or we contact you, says, no man, I changed my mind. No problem, bro. You know,
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
best.
yeah, yeah.
But if you are going to be family, living with us, side by side with us, because all of us, all the employees there, a lot of them have purchased in Mahaica Meadows. So you will
Okay.
see us. You will live
Yeah.
amongst us. So we have to treat each other.
That's
as
right,
like
exactly.
family.
You got to start becoming family. Yeah. Look, the last thing I want to ask you before I know you'll be busy, you got to go. But the one thing I want to ask you, last year when I came there, you guys had some of the most amazing tokens, little giveaway things.
Yes.
You got anything this year?
Yes, yes. We do have giveaways also to give out pens, keychain, and their works is there. In fact, I came in last week with and more as people came last week. Sometimes it's hard to ship it.
Yes, yes.
But it's coming, and more is coming in this week. Duarte is coming in back
Are
from,
the Singh sisters
from
coming?
Canada. No, the Singh sisters are
man.
not coming. They're busy.
Yeah.
Right now, in fact, they had a wedding at their house last weekend.
Okay.
A family member got married. So, but it is, we're having, both the two ladies who's working at our office will be there. I will be there. Sananda will be there. Duarte will be there. And Ravo will be there, and quite a few other people. So we have a whole slew of people to talk and help people at the Building Expo. Brothers and sisters, I just want you to know that when we say something, we deliver. The only way that hinders our deliverance is nature.
Yeah.
Mother Nature.
Yeah.
Rain falling, we were supposed to completely finish all our roads right now. 3 months of rain falling, as they're carving the roads, it becomes a pool.
Yeah.
So
I know how that goes.
So we are behind, but
Gotta make up.
we are putting on 2 shifts.
That's right. You gotta make up.
Just
for last
like when
time,
we
yeah.
put on 2 shifts to clear the land,
Mhm.
they work until 12 in the night with big floodlights. We're putting on 2 shifts. Things are happening. 7 o'clock this morning, they were all working. I am leaving from here. I'm going back to Mahaica Meadows, right? Because work continues till late in the night.
What you can do, I'm sorry, but what you can do when you go there, you can probably send me a video, so I'll just put it up on my page, so show them an update as to what you're talking about. This is the video. So I'll post that also.
I can do that. In
Yeah.
fact, what I can do, I have a 2.5 minutes of a drone footage that was done last week.
Absolutely, that'll be great. That'll be great too.
Honestly, bro, it looks so beautiful when you look. And you look as far as you can, to wherever you can. That's all Mahaica Meadows. 2.5 miles long. 276
Wow.
acres. So to take on a project of this size, and by the way, it is one of the largest privately owned subdivision currently in Guyana. And whatever we say we will do, like we say to people, you can start building your home by the end of the first quarter. Well, we're 1 month behind that. It's not bad. I've heard of people that says they bought from somewhere else and 7 years they're waiting for transport. I let all of you know that transport for us, we will be giving out transport starting by end of October. Chandani Rahman is saying good day to you.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
Chandani, yes, I know Chandani.
Hi, Chandani.
Chandani is, if you don't know Chandani, is a YouTuber and she does
Yes.
a lot of videos. You know her, right?
So I know her well. I followed her. I love to watch her videos.
Yes.
Down to earth lady. She's right now visiting, I think, in New York.
Yeah.
But I'll be meeting her at the end of the month.
I know her, and I also know her mom very well. Also, really wonderful family.
Wonderful family, yes.
You spoke about all the people that are going to be. You will be there, yourself and Sunanda and so on. You know who else? Who else is going to be there? A lot of people are going to be visiting your booth, and I will be there. I'm sure to come
Yes.
there. I want to come there, and perhaps we'll do another interview there when I'm there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But I just want to say that, look, the reason we're talking about Mahaica Meadows, a lot of people come to me, and a lot of people ask me to do ads and so on.
Yes.
I want to make sure that any company that I'm dealing with or whoever I'm working with,
Oh.
there are a couple of I always tell people there's one thing that I wear at the top of my badge. It's
Yes.
called integrity.
Integrity.
And if I'm going to be associated with anybody, it has to be people of integrity also. And I
Awesome.
can
Yes.
say this, that I've known Sananda since we were we were teenagers going to the Indian Cultural Center. And I got to know you, and I got to know you guys as people of integrity. And I can say this, that if you were skeptical many times about buying land and what's happening and so on, I mean, I'm going to say this, that Mahaica Meadows, they seem to have they have all of the legal paperwork and everything done
Yes,
out
yes,
for you.
absolutely.
So you know that when you go there, you get a piece of paper. You have one, they have one. Everyone is held accountable. Nobody can get to me with you money.
So hear this, brother. Take it a notch up.
Yeah.
When they come to the booth, our stamp from Central Housing, our approval stamp, So we made a backdrop on an L-shaped wall of our entire subdivision, and our stamp is transferred, the identical stamp, onto that backdrop.
Wow.
All of that has been done. GPL approval has already been done. So, and right now we are working with immigration for workers, because we need skilled workers.
Yes,
We're trying. Our first option is people over here, but it's hard to get it.
We don't have people, I just one day used to ask many of the government guests when they come on for the show, when are we going to start bringing in people? We need people.
So VP Barajagde, when I met him last December, he said to me, he said, Joe, you guys got to do what we're doing. We're bringing in people, right? So you have to bring in people. You have to get your work going. And if you want, we can lace you on with the people who we're bringing in from, right? So he also told us, our thing was first and foremost Guyanese, but if the skills are not there, when you want to deliver quality of a home, and we're telling people from North America, a lot of North Americans are buying, and they're accustomed to a certain quality. We're delivering that. Our contractor is a North American contractor, but they need workers here, right, to deliver that quality. So yes, you're going to be able to see that. Come back to what my brother Akash talked about. When I met him, I felt like I met a younger brother, family, where integrity matters. Because when we are finished, when he finished with me, he got to walk out there and held his face high.
Absolutely.
And say, I have dealt with somebody credible, and his credibility stays on. And that's how I've worked with for years in Canada, doing all the community work that I've done. So that when people met you, or they meet you later on, they will address you with respect.
And it means
that's very important.
Yeah, man. And for everyone, if you're going to be conducting business, if you're going to be conducting business, people want to know that they're dealing with people of a certain caliber, and of maximum integrity, because everybody got their hard-earned cash. They're looking to retire. They want a beautiful home, and if you guys are in the East, you're living on the East Coast or a little past, and you wanna sit in on a nice, because that Mahaica area there is already a hub. It's going to become a bigger hub. You got KK gas station, and so much other thing. Roundabout is being built there. So if you, for you can have a home for just over 9. You can have a house lot 52 by 100 in Mahaica Meadows. You said for just under 9 million.
Approximately the lot is $9 million, and you can build a house to the maximum of 6,000 square feet on that lot.
Wow. Last thing I want to ask you, I know you got to go to.
No problem.
But how early somebody could start building on the house once you have that kagaj in your hand, that paper right in your hand? How early could you start building?
Excellent question. So we are still working the land, right? And our contract states that that we give to people, that they will have access to their land at the first quarter of next year, at the end of the first quarter. They may have their transport before, but because of insurance purposes, they would not be able to go work on the land themselves. And why we say work, what work do they need to do? Well, they can build one of the 30 model homes that we have, or they can have a contractor of their own. Credible contractor who must be approved by Mahaica Meadows. Once they're approved, once they're design, I want you build a nice house there and your neighbor come and build a full coop.
That's right.
It doesn't make sense.
Or something that looks off throughout the whole layout.
Exactly. So once all of that is approved, we are saying that by the end of the first quarter next year, they can start building. By the end of next year, houses are going to be up in Mahaica Meadows. Some people may want to gather a little bit more money. And also, Akash, we have 2 banks that we're working with, Demerara Bank and GBTI. A lot of loans have gone through GBTI already. These are people who want to have loans for their land. And it's pending getting their transport. So as soon as they get the transport, it'll go through, because the bank's holding your transport.
Right, yes.
Right? And then we're going to also be working with them on builder's loan for you to build a property. A lot of people don't have that cash, but they need loans to build it. So all of that is being worked on right now. We're working with insurance companies for your home insurance, and a package for them to do your home and your car and every other thing. So it is exciting, and I tell you, based on my background of financial services and real estate, and also being a leader in the community, that has helped me tremendously in delivering here at Mahaica Meadows. Credibility, quality, and a timeline that we promise to people. All of those things we're very conscious about. Just finally, before we finish, we're heading to New York also. Those of you who are in New York, we're coming to launch on the 25th of October in New York, and we're coming to Orlando on the 8th of November to do a launch there. You're going to have more information on that. You can be able to register on our website because space is very limited. Just to give, and you know, where else is the biggest of Guyanese out of Guyana? New York. We haven't even gone there yet, and we've sold as much as we have.
Wow,
you know?
yeah. And you know, I'll tell you something. Look, if you finish this conversation very soon, we can talk forever, right? But let me share something with you.
Yeah.
You see, the remigrants a lot of remigrants will be coming back. You can see
Yes.
it. Guyana is becoming, in 5 years, Guyana will be unrecognizable. If you go by my backyard here, right, you could see the bridge, right?
Yes.
From my backyard
Yes.
here, you could see the bridge. But Guyana is going to become unrecognizable. But here's what's going to happen: the quality of life that the migrants are accustomed to. I think that places like Mahaica Meadows, and this is not making me say that nobody better than nobody. But remember, if you're accustomed to a certain quality of life and that kind of thing, I think what you guys are doing at Mahaica Meadows, you're bridging the gap.
Yes.
And you're actually putting it out there to say you're bridging this gap that the migrants might say, man, we want to go back because I know we don't want to live. Now you're saying, here, we got the perfect place for you. So here, you better get the couple that way, you left back in Mahaica Meadows in Mahaica there. You guys need to invest a little bit more and go start spreading out over the river here and different places. I hope you got those things.
Actually, that's all in the works.
Okay.
We can't reveal it yet, but Mahaica Meadows will be a generational company.
It has to be.
And we're working in things. In fact, with the owners, I'm the one who said to them, no, there's something in West Dem that will be coming. But I had said to them originally, let's hold back. Let's do with Mahaica Meadows first. And we learned a lot by working, because we're in Canada, right? One of the things, and I'm going to use me now, I never thought of coming back to live in Guyana. Okay. I've lived 40 years. I love Guyana, but health reasons and all of that I never thought of. But with it, knowing what Mahaica Meadows is offering me, security, comfort, and luxury. You want to have a house with drywall just like North America? You can have it. You want to have a house with central air conditioning? You can have it. You want, by the way, what I didn't tell you, and I'm sure you know this, you open your tap upstairs and you can drink the water from the fountain because it's treated. We are doing our own well.
I remember you mentioned that last time on the television show.
No, you don't need an overhead water tank. The only reason you will need that is if you want, for the ecosystem, you want to capture rainwater.
Like what I do that. I do that here.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I do.
So we're bringing those comfort here to people. And based on the trajectory where Guyana is going, watch. I've read an article just yesterday that the United Nations subcommittee, in the United Nations, they gave Guyana 10.3 GDP, the highest in the Caribbean. And they forecast that the GDP on 2026 for Guyana will be a flat 23%. Where else in the world can you see that? How can any individual stop this machinery from, it's like this wheel just roll a power of its own I mean, not on its own, but it's the Guyanese people.
Yeah, it's in motion.
Right? It's in motion. And because of that, a lot of the North Americans know that they can come at Mahaica Meadows, they will enjoy life. I am looking forward for my retirement to come back and to enjoy life. I'm not giving up my home in Canada. And many people, many businessmen in New York and Canada. We've had a set of families, 18 of them, Pua, Chacha, picnic, cousins and all of that. 18 bought in the street.
Wow, there's a family gathering there.
Exactly.
Right. So that's the next thing too. It gives you the option. It gives people the option to say, here, we find this place here. So somebody living in Orlando, somebody living in New York. We're all brothers and sisters.
Yes.
You can buy 193. I buy 194. Meet the one that she go till by 295.
Right.
But
Yes.
here, let me tell you something. Before we close, I want you're gonna call back those numbers.
Yes.
But you see those numbers here, they got here,
Yeah.
Joe. I want you to write. You're gonna have to write down one more number next to those numbers there. I write down back my number there. I write down my number. When you see the place, when the artist decide to open up on the West Coast here, the first number must be there, must be me.
Must be your number.
You gotta call me right away and say, Akash, you open it up on West Coast here. So once I got my 10%, I gonna show up even before the building expo.
Not that alone. I would like to take it a step further, Akash, for you to be one of our representative also, because it's having a man of substance, of good credibility. Why not pull them in too? So
guys,
that's all in the works.
So guys, well, see what? So right away, I'm not just gonna be talking or buying a piece of land from Mahaica Meadows. Probably I might be one of the brand ambassadors for Mahaica Meadows here in Guyana, like I do with several other, like I do with some of the small companies that I work with.
Akash, many of the people are cursing themselves right now when we launched last April in Canada that they did not get it. They said, we'll wait and see. They would have made, there's no real estate in Canada right now that you can make 100% of what you put in within a year. Real estate is bad in Canada right now too.
Prices are going up every day, right? But here I want to ask you now. Last year when you were selling lots, was the price different?
Yes. In fact, when we came here, the least somebody can buy a lot for was 1,000 square feet.
1,000.
A residential lot.
Wow.
The least they can buy it now is 1,800. But wait, don't get alarmed. 1,800, that's not where it will stay. A year from now, where is it going to be?
Exactly. You're talking about an 80% increase in 1 year.
Yes.
And based on the projection of GDP, which is just at 23 point something, 5.22 next year.
Yes.
So you can do the forecast.
Exactly.
You can do the forecast and tell where that's going, because everything follows the country, the economy and where it's going. That's how prices are being adjusted.
So don't wait, brothers and sisters. Even if you want to do it as an investor, right? You want to build can you build a house at Mahaica Meadows and rent it, lease it? Absolutely, you can do that. Can you build a house in Mahaica Meadows and the upper floor you live there, but you have a store at the lower floor? No. It's not like the regular premise. This is gated.
That's right.
Right?
There are certain rules and regulations.
Right. But what they can have, Akash, right in front of the commercial, we can get you a unit at the mall. Or at the industrial area. A guy called me, he wants to have a showroom in his, if he has 2 lots, so one would be a showroom. I said, why do that? Come, I will get you a half an acre, and you can build, we'll build it for you. Half of that indoor will be a showroom for your dealership, and half will be your storage of your cars. And he was excited about that too, right?
Well,
somebody with an American diner, type of diner.
Yeah.
We can get you a corner unit, where you can also have a drive-through. It can be a 24-hour diner, and you can have a drive-through. These are things we work one-on-one based on their needs, and we design the space in the commercial side for people.
All right. We'll be saying the last thing. But here,
So let me give out the number.
No, before you give it that number.
Yeah.
Importantly though, I saw on the plan, there was a medical facility in the compound also.
Yes.
Tell me a
So-
little bit about that before we go.
So what happened is, at one time we thought of bringing in all the X-rays and ultrasound and blood test work and all of that done. And then a representative from the government says, don't do that, because there's a lot of regional hospitals. There's more just 10 minutes
That's
away.
right. Yeah, I've been
Why
here recently.
why don't you instead have facilities where doctors can be there? Specialty things, whatever it is, can be there. Now, it's not defined in stone, but in that medical building will be housing a lot of doctors and other things to do with medical. I don't know the details yet of it, based on as we go on, and we will see. Maybe yes, you can have your blood. We can have a lab.
But more importantly, if somebody have a medical emergency,